Hello! Today I will start to make some changes in my living room. I've been looking at this corner of my apartment for a while now. There are still a few bigger things my partner and I want to tackle once the weather gets a bit warmer, like sanding the walls to make them smoother and adding wooden panels to the TV wall. But for now, I can make a few small changes that will make the space feel a little cozier and more inviting. I'm going to replace the blankets we use on the sofa, and I'm changing the pillow covers for the pillows we already have. I'm also thinking about adding some art or printed photos on the wall behind the sofa. The piece that's hanging there now just doesn't really work in this space. Earlier this week, on my way home from work, I stopped to buy some fabric for the pillowcases. I actually spent quite a bit of time choosing it because I wanted something that would fit the room and still feel right years from now. I ended up choosing a few beautiful fabrics. The first one caught my attention because of the both, its color and the feel of the fabric. It's a gorgeous, timeless shade of brown with an incredible soft feel. The second fabric is a dark gray with subtle texture strips that catch the light at a certain angle, giving it a gentle sheen. It's a really lovely deep gray color. The last fabric have a beautiful herringbone pattern, and it also has a slight shimmer when the light hits the right angle. It's a very light gray, almost white color. I wanted to keep the color palette neutral, but still interesting throughout texture. So I combined two gray fabrics that has texture with a brown fabric that's completely plain, without any patterns. My plan is to sew 4 pillow covers. 2 of them will be in a single color, one in dark gray and the other in light gray. The other 2 will also include brown fabric. I have to admit something. This is actually my first time sewing pillow covers, so I'm hoping everything goes smoothly. I don't sew nearly as much as I used to, so I hope I still remember how to do it properly. For a while, I did consider simply buying pillow covers, but nothing really caught my eye. And the ones I did like were far more expensive than I was willing to pay. So in the end, making them myself felt like the best option. Whenever I'm looking for inspiration, I usually turn to Pinterest. It's always my go-to place for ideas. I also love browsing Etsy, where there are so many handmade things that I can easily find something new. I often find some great inspiration there as well. My partner and I frequently discover things for our home that we both love, but we seem to have a taste that leans towards the expensive side. That's why we often decide, if we can of course, to just make things ourselves. I still have a lot of kiwis stored in the cellar, which are from my mom. So today I decided to try making kiwi popsicles. I've been making fruit popsicles before, but never from kiwi, so I'm not sure how they will turn out. That's why I'll only make a small batch at first, just to test the flavor and the balance of ingredients. I cut the kiwis in half and scoop the flesh out with a spoon. For me, it seems like the best method. Last summer, I started making fruit popsicles using the fruit I already had in the freezer. Every year, I have a lot of blueberries and strawberries from my mom's garden. She has an enormous garden. I also have some other fruit stored in the freezer, like plums from my backyard. That's why last summer I began making popsicles from all this fruit. These homemade popsicles actually turned out to be a huge success. Both me and my partner really love them. First, I'll whip the plant-based heavy cream, just a little, so it becomes slightly fluffy. Then I'll mix in the blender kiwi, heavy cream, add a spoonful of honey, and a bit of condensed milk. These are the ingredients I use today for the kiwi version. For other popsicles, I also use Greek yogurt instead of heavy cream. And so far, I've always sweetened only with honey. We'll see how these turn out. If they are good, I'll definitely make a bigger batch next time. This morning I woke up to a beautiful sunny day. I think it might actually be the first truly sunny weekend of the year. We've had the occasional sunny day during the week, but the weekends have mostly been gloomy and rainy. Down here in the valley, everything is actually already starting to look like spring. The first spring flowers are beginning to bloom, which I really love. And also the birds are singing, and the days are becoming noticeably warmer. Up in the mountain though, winter is still very much present. Today my partner and I are going on our favorite winter walks to Pokljuka. We usually park our car near the biathlon center and then walk towards the nearby alpine pastures. It's an easy and relaxed walk, and the views of the surrounding mountains are absolutely stunning. It's so funny because I've never actually been here in the summer or any other season, only in winter, when everything is covered in snow. Maybe that will change this year. I hope this will change this year. We really have to come back during the warmer months. I'll just have to remind myself later in the year to come up here again. There is something incredibly peaceful about walking along narrow path in the snow, surrounded by a completely white landscape. Unfortunately, it feels like there's less snow every year. Each winter brings a little less snow than the one before, which is honestly quite sad. Out of all the alpine pastures in the area, the one we are about to visit today is really my favorite. And once you see it, you'll understand why. Our original plan was to continue from this to another pasture, but the trail had turned out to be very icy, and since we didn't bring our crampons with us, it simply felt too dangerous to continue. Instead, we made a beautiful circular walk. The weather was sunny, warm, and it was incredibly pleasant. After so many dark days, it felt wonderful to spend time outdoors again. There were also many more people up here than we usually see. It seems like everyone had been waiting for a beautiful sunny day like this. This evening I'm going to replace the pillow covers on the sofa. For now, I'll move the pillow filling into the new covers because these old ones need to be washed. Two of them even tore along the seams, so I'll have to sew and repair them first before washing them. Once the old covers are clean and repaired, I'll place the filling back into those original covers so they can serve as the base of the pillow. I also bought 2 new blankets. Both my partner and I love curling up under a blanket, so having 2 just makes everything more comfortable. These 2 blankets are incredibly soft and cozy. One is very light gray, almost white color, and the other is a little darker, but still quite light gray. They also had some beautiful blankets in soft, earthy tone colors in the store, which I really liked, but they wouldn't quite fit in this room. There is still one thing left to figure out. Like I said, we are planning to sand the walls in this room just before summer begins. Unfortunately, they have a texture that neither my partner nor I like it at all. The owners who lived here before us apparently went to great lengths to apply it on the wall, which means we now have quite a bit of work ahead of us to remove it. For now, I'm searching for something to put on the wall behind the sofa. I've also considered reworking the current painting, maybe changing some of the colors and maybe changing some texture. If it still won't feel right in the space, I'll then put it to another room. I was also thinking about printing photos. It's an idea I keep coming back to. I think a collection of beautiful photos could look amazing here. If I decided to put photos on the wall, then I'll buy photos online and get them printed. But for now, I think this little corner already looks much nicer than it did before. Thank you for watching this video. Have a lovely day and see you in my next one. Bye!